Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from Mainnet 2023 in New York City. Joining me for this segment, we have Chintan Turakhia. He's the Senior Director of Engineering and Head of Coinbase Wallet at Coinbase to discuss bringing the world on-chain and the first steps someone can take before they go on-chain and experience crypto. It's great to have you with us, Chintan. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thanks so much for having me.
How is going on-chain with self-custody wallets making it easier?
So when we think about on-chain, the first thing is, what does it even mean? Right, and so we're all used to being online. We have an email address, a Twitter account maybe, Facebook, something like that. In Web3 and crypto, going on-chain is how to establish a fully decentralized identity. So what does that even mean? It's getting a wallet, and it starts with a wallet, right? And that way, anyone in the world, globally, borderless, you can get a wallet, and Coinbase Wallet makes that super easy. And so how we're trying to make it easier is guide folks into their first few steps of going on-chain, and that first means getting a wallet easily and getting your address, and then what do you do from there? Well, some folks may want to pay each other, may want to split the bill for a dinner or something like that. So how do I get some USDC or crypto assets to pay you, right? And that's what we're trying to do with Coinbase Wallet, is make those steps of onboarding users to try their first on-chain transaction, a payment, maybe buying an NFT of some art they really love, even messaging someone. Similar to WhatsApp, there is on-chain messaging. And to do that in a borderless way with no intermediary is actually pretty amazing.
So playing devil's advocate here for a moment, PayPal exists, Zelle exists, a number of payment platforms exist, you can transact in US dollars. What would be the benefit of using an on-chain wallet relative to that technology which already exists?
Yeah, that's a great question. So some of the benefits are with the apps you described already, there is an intermediary, right? It's usually the developer of the app or the company that owns the app. And with these wallets, the wallet you can think of as a lens into the blockchain, right? What really governs the power of a wallet is the cryptographic keys. You may have heard a private key or a seed phrase, right? And that's yours to own, your keys, your crypto. A wallet just makes it easier to access on-chain stuff. And so the advantages here are, one, anywhere in the world, if you have an internet connection, you can download a wallet and receive crypto. That's it, it's yours. You don't need to go talk to a bank. You don't need to talk to another person. You could set up shop in the middle of the desert, selling art, and people can send you crypto. And that's kind of beautiful. But some of the other advantages here are also, it's borderless. You can transact with anyone in the world, move value, no intermediaries, so no one can hold on to your money in between, there's no holding period. And so it just makes the ability to transact and move value, whether it's art, whether it's assets, whether it's even communicating with someone else. You could spin up your identity on chain, and you and I can start communicating on any type of client out there. So I'm not pigeonholed into one particular application or ecosystem. And so the freedom of being able to take your identity with you and the freedom to transact without any borders, I think are huge milestones beyond what we have today in Web 2.
Right. Well, the fact of the matter is areas that don't have traditional banking or these apps that are the intermediaries, they do in fact transact business that way. So, it does exist. We sometimes tend to think very US-centric, but in other areas of the world, this is how they're growing their economies.
Yeah, and literally last week, we had a team member head over to Nigeria to do one of our base meetups. Mm-hmm. And there was a cafe owner just making food, and he's like, hey, this is really cool. How can I bring the community involved and get them involved with crypto? The team member set up a payment system for this vendor in minutes, and they were receiving crypto right then and there. It literally took just a couple clicks. Right. And they could receive crypto, and they were transacting value and receiving value, and it was theirs.
So how does Coinbase Wallet, how do you support a new user's journey into the crypto experience?
Yeah, crypto, look, let's be honest, crypto can be kind of scary if it's your first time, right? And there's lots of new words and stuff like that to get used to. So the way we've built Coinbase Wallet is to make a simple, safest, most reliable experience. And we do that in a few ways. One, we've made the user interface really friendly, really easy, and it has Coinbase's brand and trust behind it, right? And that's great. But also, when we onboard a user, the first step is creating a wallet, but we try to make that very simple and one button push. And we guide the user to a few key first steps in their on-chain journey. One, they can get a decentralized ID, an ID that will work anywhere. It's theirs to own. We offer it to them for free, and it's like an ENS. It's called CBID. So I can be Chintan.cbid, you could be Jill.cbid. So establish your identity, and then fund your wallet. To do stuff on chain, you got to have funds, and the Coinbase exchange is a great way to fund your wallet. So we make that flow really seamless. Just 2 button clicks, and you can start funding your wallet. And so now you have an identity, you have some assets, and then we guide you and open up an experience of, hey, here are maybe 3 things you can do on chain. Why don't you mint your first NFT if you like art? Why don't you send your friend a message? We see that they're also on chain, right? Or why don't you try, recently we did on-chain summer, why don't you explore some of what the community is creating on chain and go play some games or explore that. And so we try to guide users with just very, very simple utility, very simple experiences to sort of walk them into being on chain.
It almost sounds like a super app experience in a way.
Yeah. We can do messaging, it's great. You can do payments inside messaging. And this is amazing. I can pay anyone with an ENS identity, a .e, CBID, any of that. I could send them a message. I don't need to know if they're on WhatsApp or another messenger app. I don't need to know the app name or anything. I just send them a message and they receive it. I can even pay them. Again, back to splitting the bill, I could just pay them $5 for splitting the bill. And the cool thing is, like, we cover the gas. We abstract the complexity away from the user. So it's just like a simple payment experience, but the real cool benefit is it's instant settlement, and it settles in a second. And like that's the power we're trying to unlock here, while making things simple for the user and abstracting away complexity in Coinbase Wallet.
And I think that's part of it. If the consumer understands it, and I spoke about this with your colleague Jesse, everyone started talking about generative AI because it became consumer facing.
Yes.
Everyone got ChatGPT. No one was talking about it before November 2022. All of a sudden it's everywhere in the news, everyone's using it because it's consumer facing. And I feel like if the industry continues to make it seamless for the consumer where they don't have to think about the back end as much, that's how this adoption kind of scales.
That's exactly right. And we're challenging ourselves too. If we want adoption to happen, we have to be at the forefront as Coinbase, right? So we've done this cool thing called Base Cafe. You set up a cafe fully on chain, you order coffee, you pay for coffee, and you get your coffee. And that experience shouldn't be incrementally better than what we have today. It should be exponentially better. That's what's going to delight consumers. And so we've done this in Paris. We're doing it right now at Mainnet, where you can just message a coffee order and it shows up. And it's fully on chain, the payment can be on chain, and merchants love it too, because they're not worried about merchant fees or anything. That money is getting right into their wallet. No intermediaries involved.
Chintan, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on TradeTalks. And thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.